Ladies and gentlemen, the second match of the evening, a singles contest between Nick Madrid and Brian Cage. Brian Cage with a significant size advantage on Nick Madrid.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Got to be, what, good 60 or 70 pounds. Now, I don't know that much about Madrid, though. You take a look at his face, though. They say the eyes are the doorway to the soul. He looks a little bit concerned.
Yes. You know, when this card was announced, he had to know that he was in for a fight, and I think Madrid, I talked to him a little bit backstage before the show. He spent the last couple weeks researching Brian Cage, his matches, his weaknesses. He knows about Brian Cage's history of a shoulder injury. He knows about his groin injury, and so we could see Madrid try to implement some sort of game plan where he attacks that, looking for the weakness on Brian Cage, rather than just trying to, he couldn't match him strength for strength.
Absolutely, yeah, he'd be a fool to try and do that. You see here, trying a little bit of technical wrestling. Not a bad idea, but at the end of the day, though, eventually that power's going to be... Oh!
Very quickly came into play right there. The European uppercut by Brian Cage. Boot to the midsection now. Irish whip into the ropes. Back elbow takes him off his feet.
But even without the research, it only takes 1 second to take a look at Cage. You can see that black tape on the inside there, that groin injury you mentioned earlier, obviously giving him a little bit of trouble.
Yes, the kinesio tape trying to alleviate the pain. And, you know, I've talked to Brian not only here at Quintessential Pro, but at PWG, and oh, look at this, just picking Madrid up by the neck, swings for the clothesline, misses. Hurricane Rana takes Cage down, and Cage goes to the outside. Now Nick Madrid, got to be mindful of that chandelier. Oh no, Cage caught him. Cage caught him on the pescado, smashing his spine into the ring post, and now Cage is muscling him up, and throws him spine first at the ring post. As I was mentioning before, Brian Cage, he was saying that because he's carrying around so much mass that even the simplest thing, body slam on the outside, even the simplest things of like climbing up the stairs, just because his size is so extraordinary, it is painful for him. So I can't imagine how much pain he's in just getting into a wrestling ring and having to execute professional wrestling maneuvers.
Absolutely, I can understand that. Let's see here. I had the luxury of watching Cage and Arian Aguilera from the last Wrestling at Cares show there in Gardena, and I was amazed how those two massive guys could move. Mexican head scissors, everything. Aguilera jumped to the top rope in one go. Both these guys are massive, and I tell you, now Madrid is really going to have his work cut out for him.
Yeah, Brian Cage, I mean, he looks like a typical heavieweight, just a big, bulky guy, but his agility will surprise you. And I mean, it surprised me on numerous occasions, and then just tosses him. He was carrying him in like a deadlift with that German suplex, released him, and only got a 2 count there. But Cage, I mean, I've seen him hit springboard moonsault presses.
Really?
It is unbelievable.
Wow.
And I mean, the fact that he marries that agility with such strength, he is a serious threat for every member of the roster here in Quintessential Pro. And actually, Cage was in the finals of the Quintessential Pro title tournament at the last show, defeated by Drake Younger, but still.
Oh no, look at that. Must have injured his leg, maybe.
Went for the 619, not sure how wise that was, but now going back to the well. Now Madrid knows it's coming, though. Oh! Why does he do that? He doesn't even need to do that.
Well, if at first.
But that is the shocking agility of Brian Cage that you were alluding to.
You hear that phrase, fool me once?
He should have rolled out of the ring.
Let's be honest.
Perhaps he was just so stunned by the fact that Cage was trying it that he wanted to see how it played out.
No way he can do this.
Now, Madrid going for the O'Connor roll, but Cage backs him off. Drop kick sends Cage to the ropes. Oh, drop kick to the knee. Wise maneuver. Madrid hits the ropes. Cage.
Whoa!
Makes it to his feet. Hits the power slam. 2 count only from Justin Borden.
Wow. How much time do you think Cage spends in a tanning bed? Huh?
I would say it would probably 2-to-1 gym to tanning bed.
So.
But still, he spends about 12 hours a day in the gym, so only about 6 hours in the tanning bed.
Nearly as black as Willie Mack, right? Yeah. Now Madrid, though, really has got to show us something now.
Yeah, he's getting eaten alive by Brian Cage at this point. Trying to escape, but Cage grabs a handful of that mane of black hair, but guillotines him on that middle rope. Cage, though, trying to follow Madrid to the outside. Madrid fighting his way back up to the apron, catching him with a shoulder to the midsection.
Oh, no.
Went for the springboard over the top, but he slipped. Oh, Cage reverses into a Northern Lights suplex and only gets a 2 count. Things do not seem to be going Nick Madrid's way right now because Brian Cage is just in complete control. And as you know, the first thing you mentioned was that Nick Madrid, he looked scared, and I think his nerves might be getting the better of him at this point. Oh! Went up for the head scissors, caught him with that mule kick, drop kick, got his boot up, and now Madrid off the second rope, swinging DDT.
Didn't get all of it, but it was enough. And now take a look, though, he's sucking that wind. When you get beaten up by Brian Cage, you know what I mean? It's not easy to come back that quickly.
That will deplete your endurance like nothing else. But Brian Cage back up to his feet with the assistance of the ropes. Nick Madrid charges in with that huge elbow shot, pulling Cage out, jumping knees, and now lung blower. Madrid needs to capitalize.
Slow to cover. Yeah, just there's no way, not enough body weight on top of him there. Didn't hook a leg.
Didn't hook the leg, just the lateral approach. Yeah, draping your arm over the chest of somebody like Brian Cage. It's not
you can understand, you know, he's exhausted, but at the end of the day, like you said, no way you're beating Cage.
Now picking him up, perhaps looking for a pile driver, maybe a power bomb. But does Madrid have the strength? Cage certainly has the strength. Oh! Whiplash, Alabama slam, only gets a 2 count. Because we call it the Monrovia Slam.
You see there, like, Cage had nothing over the shoulders whatsoever. The only way he was going to beat him there is he was legitimately knocked out. Nonetheless, he got a 2.5 count.
Madrid sneaks out, lands on his feet. Boot to the midsection of Cage. Madrid really taking his time, though. Cage saw it and capitalized with that huge spine buster.
Wow.
Exclamation point by Brian Cage.
Yeah, this one's starting to break down, ladies and gentlemen.
Brian Cage backs up to the ropes. Discus lariat just clobbers Nick Madrid.
Wow.
And Madrid may be out cold.
He may be out, barely moving, yeah. That was brutal to look at. I can't imagine what it felt like to be on the receiving end.
Oh, now he's got him up on the shoulders. Maybe looking for Weapon X.
This is it, yep, you told me before it. Oh!
Face first, down goes Madrid. Cage covers, hooks the leg, and that is it. Elementary Brian Cage, your winner.